Hi, ArcFieldWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday morning, May the 20th. More severe weather yesterday impacted the heartland. Oklahoma, Kansas experienced numerous tornadoes yesterday, and it continues a very active weather pattern that we've had for the last several weeks. We've talked about at length in recent videos the fact that we still get these colder than normal air masses dropping from Canada into the U.S., and that is helping to continue this active weather pattern that includes, unfortunately, some severe weather outbreaks. In fact, over the next few days, a good chance for more severe thunderstorm activity, possibly including some more tornadoes. So I kind of wanted to focus in on the number of tornadoes that we've had in recent weeks and take a look ahead at what continues to look like an active weather pattern right to the end of the month of May. Here's a chart from NOAA's Storm Prediction Center. They're based out in Norman, Oklahoma, and this does not include yesterday's tornadoes. This goes through May 18th, yesterday being May 19th. Right in this region right here, 697 counted. They have their own computation here. At NOAA's Storm Prediction Center, they call this the inflation-adjusted tornado count. What they do is basically drop out some initial tornado reports because it tends to be an overcount. So nonetheless, the point is that we're well above the normal here. What we're looking at, these different bands here represent, this is the 75th percentile, the 50th percentile, and the 25th percentile. So we're well above that, perhaps 80, 90th percentile right here. And the red actually is the maximum or the record. So not too far below the maximum amount for this date of the season. And again, this particular plot here does not include yesterday's tornadoes, which were quite numerous across Oklahoma and Kansas. So the bottom line here is quite an active tornado season. Let me just clear the deck here and point out one other thing. Notice here from about late April on to right now, it's really shot up here. This quite an increase in the count of tornadoes from late April all the way through this stage of the month of May. So the last 4 weeks or so have been very active. And again, part of the reason is we get these continuing colder than normal air masses dropping to the south and east from the north and west, and that sets up battle zones or clash zones, and primarily across the middle part of the nation, which in turn enhances the chance for severe weather outbreaks. Well, this is in fact the storm report for yesterday, May 19th, and again, the reds here represent these tornado reports, of which so far NOAA is reporting 13 or so, and again, primarily in Oklahoma and Kansas, right in this region right here. The blue triangles represent damaging wind reports, so quite an active day. And we'll see here in a moment the Storm Prediction Center has quite an active time period here, this part of the nation, over the next few days. Again, colder than normal air moving from the north and west to the south and east, and we've talked about at length here that you can have a lot of warm and humid air riding northward into the Mississippi Valley, into the central part of the nation from the Gulf of Mexico. That sets up your clash zone, your battle zone between the colder air to the north and west and the warm and humid air to the south and east. Well, here is in fact the probability of severe weather according to NOAA's Storm Prediction Center for this afternoon and tonight. And again, much of the heartland here, Nebraska all the way east into Iowa, and even some threat later on today and tonight all the way up into the upper part of the Midwest. We'll go ahead 24 hours. This is how it looks on Tuesday, especially Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. Quite an enhanced threat for more severe weather across Iowa, Illinois, and southern half of Wisconsin all the way down to Missouri. We go out another 24 hours into the day on Wednesday, and it continues to slide slowly to the south, and he's only recorded here as a slight chance that could increase over the next 24, 48 hours or so to more of a enhanced or moderate risk here across the Ohio Valley. So quite an active time period, not only today, but tomorrow and Wednesday as well. And this continues to slide to the south and east. Could be a few severe thunderstorms in the eastern U.S. and near the east coast later Thursday into Thursday evening. Well, let's take a look at the forecast maps from last night's zero-Z run of the GFS to conventional run of the GFS. And here we go. That beginning of the day here today on Monday, we have this colder than normal air mass dropping to the south and east. And again, experiencing some warmer and more humid air out across the Mississippi Valley region. And here is your battle zone region, your clash of air masses. Again, colder, drier air to the north and west, and warmer, more humid air to the south and east. Now, we'll continue to move forward here and see how this kind of active weather pattern with these colder than normal air masses continue right into the end of the month of May. Here we go into Tuesday. Here is that battle zone region. Again, we saw that storm prediction center, the probability outlook, right in this part of the nation over the next 48 hours. And that, again, partly as a result of the temperature contrast. Not only temperature contrast, we'll show in a moment here, we have a lot of energy in the upper part of the atmosphere, these vorticity maxima contributing as well to some upward motion. Here we go into midweek, and the cooler than normal air kind of loses some of its punch. Nonetheless, there could very well be some severe thunderstorm activity across the eastern U.S. by the time we get to Thursday midday, Thursday afternoon. Not quite as widespread, certainly, as the next couple of days. But here we go into the end of the week, and yet again, another colder than normal air mass dropping south and east across the northern plains. Battle zone region setting up again right here in the Mississippi Valley region. And we can go all the way into the end of the month of May. Here we are into the early part of next week, and still similar kind of situation where these colder than normal air masses, not necessarily cold this time of the year, but colder than normal, dropping from Canada into the central plains and northern plains. This is a week away, next Monday, which happens to be Memorial Day. And again, kind of the similar situation with that colder air dropping to the south and east in this fashion, and warm and humid air flowing northward out of the Gulf of Mexico right into the Mississippi Valley region. So a very active weather pattern. It looks like it'll continue right to the end of the month of May, and unfortunately that looks like it'll include more severe weather and likely more tornado reports. Well, again, we mentioned that it's not just the temperature contrast that can contribute to severe weather. You need some more support in the upper part of the atmosphere. We're looking here at vorticity maxima. These are generally associated with jet streaks, areas of higher wind speeds relative to the nearby jet stream, and it can in turn lead to upward motion in the atmosphere, especially the lower middle parts of the atmosphere. That in turn enhances the chance for severe thunderstorm activity. Here we have a kind of an impressive area out across the interior Pacific Northwest, and we'll just move forward here and watch how all this energy in the upper part of the atmosphere slides to the east across the northern plains. Again, we talked about this part of the nation being potentially under the gun for severe weather over the next couple of days, and this is one of the reasons why. Another reason was that clash of air masses, the temperature contrast. Here it is later tomorrow. Very impressive upper level system centered over Minnesota, and on its heels you just get another wave of energy sliding into much the same area by the end of the work week here. This is now all the way into Friday morning, and we'll continue to move forward here. Yet another piece of energy slides into the Pacific Northwest. This is now going all the way out to Sunday, and finally next Monday, a week from right now. This is Memorial Day next Monday, the 27th. Quite an impressive upper level feature here. So again, expect a continuation of some severe weather outbreaks, not only for the next week, but likely all the way into the early part of the month of June. Now let's wrap up with the surface forecast maps, starting the day off with plenty of clouds and some patchy fog in the I-95 corridor region. That'll give way to partial sunshine later today, and on Tuesday, places like D.C., Philadelphia, New York City could very well have a full day of sunshine, quite a rare occurrence in recent weeks. It's been a kind of a cool and damp weather pattern, a lot of clouds in the Mid-Atlantic region over the last several weeks. Tomorrow, again, Tuesday, perhaps potential wall-to-wall sunshine. D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. That is has been a rare occurrence of late. Here we go into the afternoon and then into the day on Tuesday. Quite an active start to the day on Tuesday morning across the central and northern plains. And again, this is the area to watch out for. Possibility of some more severe weather, even cold enough still for some snow across those higher elevations of western Colorado and Wyoming. And again, that's that colder than normal air mass dropping south and east across the Rocky Mountain states, and you have this warm and humid air flowing northward from the Gulf of Mexico right into the Mississippi Valley region. And here is your battle zone area. This is tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, so watch out again for the possibility of severe weather here in that part of the nation. We'll move forward here. Now this front does slide to the east. It loses a little bit of punch, but it can result in some shower and thunderstorm activity into the eastern third of the nation, let's say from Wednesday night into Thursday night, maybe even a few isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. Nothing as widespread as what will occur out in the middle part of the nation over the next couple of days, but we'll have to watch out for some strong thunderstorms, maybe Thursday midday, Thursday afternoon, D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, maybe even to Thursday evening as well. Look at this, still, again, plenty of cold air for snow across those higher elevations of western Montana. Glacier National Park likely to get more snow out of this. Northern Idaho, again, we're going towards the end of the month of May here and still seeing some snow on the maps. And here we go into the day on Friday. This is an active part of the nation, right in the middle of the country here. At the end of the work week, we'll go all the way out into the weekend here. And again, quite a bit of activity across the eastern two-thirds of the nation, still with some cold enough air for some snow across those higher elevations here. And this is late in the upcoming weekend. We'll go all the way out to next Monday morning. A lot of that activity shifts to the eastern third of the nation with some showers and thunderstorms a week from right now. This is next Monday, which happens to be Memorial Day holidays. It's something we'll watch out for a week away. So still an active weather pattern across much of the nation, especially eastern two-thirds of the nation over the next week to 2 weeks. That will unfortunately include some more severe weather outbreaks, and will probably add to those tornado totals, getting us closer and closer to the maximum for this time of the year. So again, continuation of those colder than normal air masses dropping to the south and east from Canada into the U.S. That's it for now. For ArcFieldWeather.com, this has been meteorologist Paul Dorian.